But dude, he's so goddamn good. He's so protected. He knows where to be and where not to be. He's so composed. Like, look at that. Look at that movement. Look how he moves away from everything. So you're punching at air, and you're still threatening, but you're not really hitting him, and he's making you throw punches. And occasionally you clip him with a shot as he's moving away, and he rolls with a lot of shit.
Adjust to or get used to with Pacquiao in the ring?
I mean, nobody fights like him. He's very difficult to prepare for. It took Marquez 4 fights to figure him out. You know, and Marquez is one of the fastest thinkers in the game, and he's just such a difficult guy to zone in on. I always felt like just as I was getting my crosshairs on him, he would change his rhythm. He's a very rhythmic fighter.
Joe Rogan says he was stunned by how dangerous Pacquiao still looked in training for a Mayweather rematch. He adds that Floyd waited years to face Manny at an older age, yet Pacquiao still appears sharp and still capable of bringing real danger.
Now we get ready for Mayweather Pacquiao.
Right.
And
Mayweather just did such a smart thing, but also a devious thing. Waiting until Pacquiao was older, waiting until he slowed down, and then...
Devious is not illegal in boxing.
It's encouraged.
Yeah. In any entrepreneurial sport, devious is not illegal.
No.
Devious can be an asset.
That's how you retire with a 50-0 record.
Roy Jones Jr. says a lot of fighters have lost the art of footwork, but Manny Pacquiao hasn't. He credits Pacquiao with exceptional movement, agility, and precise foot placement, tools that still matter at the highest level.
Man is never stationary. Man is always on the move. You understand me? What has happened in boxing is a lot of people have lost the art of footwork. You understand me? Not many people have footwork. So if you see a guy go out and box like you'll never see in today's time too often, a guy go out and box like Sugar Ray Leonard boxed Marvin Hagler. Right. He moved around, he fought when it was time, he moved when it was time. He understood how to use the whole ring to get a victory. Now guys don't do that. Pac-Man, fortunately, is one of those guys who knows how to use the ring. So he don't stand in just one place and fight. With that being said, if his legs can hold up for 12 rounds, he's the guy to do.
Roy adds that Pacquiao's success hinges on whether his legs hold up for all 12 rounds, because endurance and mobility are the foundation of everything Manny does in the ring.
Nowadays, with how things go, and with Manny being who Manny is, if Manny can get to 12 rounds, Manny gonna win the fight. If Burns can hurt Manny early in the fight and not let him go 12 rounds, he might have a chance. But Manny has one of the bigger outputs for any fighter of any era. Right. He's a guy that don't mind throwing 3 and 4 and 5 punches at a time. He's not one of those guys that won't throw 4 or 5 punches if he see it. You understand me? So that being said, the only concern I have is how will his legs hold up? Right. Because if his legs hold up, he's gonna beat Barry.
Pacquiao is shown with remarkable speed, fast hands, quick feet, and sharp reflexes that can keep opponents off balance and struggling to settle into rhythm. Chris Algieri says Pacquiao is a uniquely difficult opponent. His techniques are complex, his patterns unpredictable, and that makes preparing for him one of the hardest tasks any fighter can face.
As I was getting my crosshairs on him, he would change his rhythm. He's a very rhythmic fighter. He uses broken rhythm very, very well. And yeah, adjustments on the fly, which is what I think all the best fighters in the world do. All the top guys I fought made vast adjustments along the way. So yeah, Manny's he's special, as is Floyd.
His power, where did it rank among the fighters that you faced?
Not the hardest, but also very hard. You know, Keith Thurman famously said he's got bricks for hands. It's very true. So you have bricks for hands plus fast hands, plus punches you don't see, makes him a very dangerous puncher. But he wouldn't say he was the hardest. Ruslan hit, I believe, way harder. Huge crunching power. But in terms of A guy with fast hands, who has hard hands, but also punches from angles that are hard to see. Very, very dangerous.
Kind of dangerous. He's facing Ruslan before this Pacquiao.
Depending on how real that fight is, and depending on what size gloves they're wearing, depending on what kind of discussion they have prior to the fight, if the fight happens.
Pacquiao's coach, Justin Fortune, says the team is fully prepared for a Mayweather rematch, and he's confident Manny will win.
But I think Mayweather times he's record by fighting basically no one's in the last 4 or 5 fights. How those fights even been sanctioned is unbelievable. So, whereas Pacquiao's never dodged anybody. He has 4 champions.
I thought Manny won his last fight. He should have been champion right now.
Absolutely.
But Mayweather's going to put his record on the line. September 19 at the Sphere in Vegas. What happens, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather? Mayweather's putting the 50-0 on the line. It's not an exhibition.
I just don't think Manny wins.
What would that mean if Manny gave Floyd his first loss?
What would that mean to Floyd? I don't know.
What would it mean to Manny?
It'd be great. Well, we just sort of, the last time we fought Floyd, his shoulder was all messed up, so it might have been a different outcome. But that's no point bitching about the past.
Abel Sanchez weighs in on Mayweather-Pacquiao too with blunt honesty. Who cares? They are both 50. He argues the rematch isn't necessary because, in his view, the first fight already settled the rivalry. Sanchez acknowledges it may be entertaining for fans and lucrative for both men, but he doesn't see it as a true competitive bout at this stage. He adds that Pacquiao's style has always been difficult, yet at this age it's unclear how much of that advantage he can still access. Mayweather, he notes, is older too, and Sanchez suggests that might actually make this Manny's best chance in a rematch. Still, he questions why the fight wasn't made when both were closer to their primes, stressing that timing matters. Even so, Sanchez gives both fighters credit for taking the risk under the circumstances.
Are you with it? Do you like it or not? No.
Not me. I think that's just like some of the. Although Jake has proven to be helping a lot of our fighters, a lot of our girl fighters, but I think that that fight's gone, and they already have one. We don't need another one. If they want to do it for entertainment for the fans, that's great. Good money for them. But as far as a real thing, no.
So, someone told me this. It's a boxing person, and I asked him, like, hey, what do you think about the fight? And then he asked me, like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, well, that style, like, it's always been hard for Manny, like, always, and I don't know what he can do now at this age that gives him an advantage in that. And he told me, like, look, Floyd's a lot older. I think now is the best chance that Manny has to beat Floyd.
Sanchez compares it to other careers, mentioning Terry Norris and the way a loss can remove mental barriers and change a fighter's mindset. He also references Gennady Golovkin to make a broader point. Waiting until time naturally slows a fighter changes what's possible in the ring. In the end, Sanchez says he views this rematch more as entertainment than a pure test of skill, another example of the difficult reality aging champions face as boxing moves on around them.
Why didn't they do it 3 years before the first one? Why are they doing it now? Do it when it matters. Just like Boots, when you're talking about Boots and Xander, that's perfect. I give all the credit to both guys for taking that chance. Taking that chance because unfortunately today, the zero on your record is so important. So important to everybody, the networks, the managers, the promoters, and you become a better fighter, as Fundora has. You become a better fighter once you taste defeat because that monkey's off your back. You're not protecting anything. Terry Norris became a better fighter after he got knocked out by Julian Jackson. Why? Because the chip came off his shoulder, and he started to do things that we needed to do in the gym to become better. I think that they should have fought 3 years, 4 years before they did fight. And it would have been talking about the second one back then I would have been okay with it because at least they fought in their prime.